tears. You tell me you're leaving, well, you're my reason for breathing, and I just can't understand it after all these years. But if you leave me now, baby, you might find a crazy letter, read it out loud, see what you've done. And if you leave me now, I promise you'll read about me, 'cause I'm going down with the sun, with the
Dyshon, aka Shon Penn, and I'm a singer-songwriter coming out of Philly, performing obviously a lot, and my whole world is basically music. Actually, while having a figurative and literal wake-up call, I was in school, college for art, design, and I'm inside of a critique. That's when we basically put the work up on the board and we're discussing with the teacher and the rest of the class whether or not we've solved the problem of the day, design-wise. And I was on a stool with no back, just sitting on a stool in class, and I had rehearsal with the first group I sang with the night before. Those rehearsals started at 12 o'clock and midnight. And so I'm on the stool asleep. I don't know how I was asleep on a stool with no back, but I was asleep. And the teacher called my name, and it kind of woke me up, kind of startled me a little bit, but it really made me think, like, wait a second, whatever I'm going to do, I need to just go 100% at and not try to divide the pie and focus. And that was the day I really realized, I was like, I got to pull this Kanye West and, you know, leave the school thing alone and focus on music if that's what I want to do. The band was a great experience in the sense that obviously it was a proving ground and the testing ground of where my skills were at, you know. But beyond that, most importantly, it was the experience of working with other artists that were just as serious about their craft and what they were doing. You know, being sequesters basically, and just being around these 19 other dudes that are just grinding at that was a great experience. Aside from that, also having the opportunity to work with the best in the business, from B. Cox to, you know, obviously Lorraine Gibson, Micheal Bivins, various great choreographers such as Jamaica. You just got a great opportunity to work in different settings that are the next level of what you want to do musically. You know, obviously Diddy's vision is incredible, and you know, he's obviously a go-getter, so getting a chance to soak up that whole spirit and focus, it was a great opportunity, and obviously great for exposure. It's funny, man, doing the experience of making the band and going all the way to the finale, and then having someone like Diddy make the comment that he made in the finale was a powerful thing. I mean, for him to stand up and say, because he didn't have to say it, you know, to stand up and say, this dude is going to be a big star, and he's not going to be in the group because I really think he should be a solo artist and, you know, has something. Those are comments that he made a few times during the show, you know, in a few different eliminations, but a lot of people didn't get to see it because the show was edited. The comments he made in the finale were live. You know what I mean? And, you know, the whole world got to see. So that was definitely a stamp of approval that meant a lot. You know, I had the privilege of working with Diddy in the past, and so he had an opportunity to kind of see my growth from when he first saw me to when I was doing the show. And you work very, very hard and diligently to get yourself on the next level and to be, you know, approved by titans in the industry like that. So, you know, for me, it was just, you know, kind of like a shot of adrenaline. You know what I mean? Like, okay, you're headed in the right direction. There's still work to be done. But if this person who's been in the business for numbers and numbers of years can stand back and say, well, this dude has something, has it, and it's going to be a big star, like, you got to keep working towards that. You know, and I'm just going to put my time in just like the next artist that, you know, that I follow and the blueprints for, just got to keep grinding. And obviously I'm headed in the right directions. It's funny, growing up, my influences musically were kind of broad, but they had to obviously start at home. Even when I was a little kid, there's pictures of me like as a little baby with real instruments, like not just like your little Fisher Price, you know, fake me out keyboard or drum set or what have you. I've had musical instruments around me since I was a little kid. I had a double-decker Wurlitzer organ, and no one has shown me how to play it, you know, at the age of 8. So nobody else in my house played, but I had this full organ just because I had such a passion for music. Couldn't really play at the time and wasn't really singing. But my mom, she was a singer, and my dad played saxophone. And now they split up when I was about 6 or so. But still, like, there's pictures of my pop playing sax with like this Sheik's, you know, turban type thing on, no shirt and jeans, like just going hard on the stage. And he played so passionately that he actually collapsed a lung playing saxophone. So, you know, obviously there was a passion and focus that he had at one point. And my mom, you know, has always been a fan of music and a talented singer, and always gave me the critiques and things that I really needed to hear. So that passion started at home. Once I started focusing on doing it, I had always learned that if you want to do something, you have to really find blueprints of people who have already done it and kind of understand their path, understand where their head was at. So through the time I've been focusing on music, I was impressed by and liked the drive and artistry that I saw in artists like Jay-Z. The creativity and the broad spectrum of a writer like R. Kelly, the balancedness of artists like Babyface, who was able to transition like I'd like to do, transition into being executives and also directing the careers of others while still creating, you know, an incredible portfolio of his own music. So those acts always stood out to me. Obviously the performers that made me fall in love with the whole craft of being an artist, artists like Stevie Wonder and Michael Jackson, who just are in classes of their own. So, you know, those are some of the people who have really motivated me and made me take music seriously over the years.
Rescue. Think I'm about to risk it all. Take a deep breath, open my arms, caution to the wind, caution to the wind. Close my eyes, I close my eyes, take a deep breath, open my arms. So here I go now. Close my eyes, take a deep breath, cause it to the way, there's no way you'll come back round.
What up, it's your boy Dyshon, aka Shon Penn, and we're chilling in the lab with ONELOVE Films, and it's going to be tons and tons and tons of videos and pictures coming your way, so please stay tuned. You know, can't wait to see you guys, can't wait for you to see the videos. We're going to keep it hot. Stay tuned.